Welcome, guys. What is up? Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Today is September 4th, 2019. We're back with another live session. And I am a bit upset with myself. You guys probably know why. I'll get into it. But we had a lot of fundamentals starting from London session, going all the way to this morning. So, during London, we had a few Euro fundamentals coming out, services, PMI, and then we had ECB. And then in the morning, we had CAD. So the CAD rallied because they're holding rates as they are. And one of the reasons why I'm pretty upset, obviously USDCHF, I called the short yesterday, but before I went to bed, I don't know if it was because I was tired, but I felt like we should get out because it might reverse a bit before going down, and I don't want to be in drawdown, especially with fundamentals the next day. But it obviously fell, and I was also looking at USD CAD shorts. Let me just show you that real quick before we get into. And I mean, come on, man. I'm pretty upset, but. Pretty simple setup. We came back within our range. This. I apologize for that. This trading range right here, this resistance. I mean, if you pan out, we've been using this. This trading range has given many setups for us, especially this resistance. And what had happened was, USD CAD did a fake out. People thought it was going to be a long, so we waited for the retest. But when we came back down, we closed back within range. And I drew this trend line last night. And I was basically saying if we do get a break, we can do a nice short. And obviously we did get that, and that was a 60 pip move right there that we could have caught, but we didn't get. And the same thing with USDCHF, which dropped 40 pips. So we could have got another 100 pips last night. So I was pretty upset with myself. But it's all right. It's Wednesday. It's my favorite trading day of the week. We still got half of the week left, so no rush, especially since tomorrow is more fundamentals coming our way. Look at our schedule. We have crude oil inventories, and then we have some Swiss fundamentals at 12 p.m. Eastern, and then obviously Friday's NFP. So major fundamentals, and obviously yesterday, tomorrow we have at 8:15 ADP. So this is going to be like pretty much a nice indicator or predictive factor of what the NFP report Friday will report. So major as well. So let's get into today's session. USD, Euro USD. Like a lot of pairs are rallying against the dollar. In particular, Euro USD. If we zoom to the left, we can see we kind of pulled back to this previous swing low here, right at 110.300. Now, usually I'd be looking for shorts from this area, but the way that the way Euro is rallying right now, we could get a closure back above this level. And if we do, let's actually remove the short setup. If we do get a closure back above and maybe consolidate there, create some hourly support, we would have a pretty decent long to another trendline touch. For those that need a refresher, on the daily we do have this key trendline for the Euro USD, right? Our first couple of touches, and we came to another touch, and then we slipped down. If you like channels like how I do, I love channels. And kind of draw this channel out. I mean, it's not the cleanest channel, but it's still a channel, okay? It's still a nice channel. So we might go back up for our next touch. So right around 111. So right around this area, right at the top of our consolidation box we drew before. Alternatively, we can just come up, retest the bottom. Right at where my mouse is, 110.680, 110.700. Our previous intraday range, go there, and then get a rejection and go lower. but that's what's probably gonna happen. If you look at the daily, we had a hammer printed yesterday, a nice bullish hammer, and obviously if you look at this candle, it's a very bullish, barely any wick to the bottom or to the top. We had a similar reaction before with the bullish hammer, and a nice run. So we could see that looking at previous price action. So for EURUSD, we're gonna be looking for longs, maybe short term. But I do see us going. Overall, if you zoom out, the overall trend is down, right? The price structure itself, until we break this descending channel. Obviously, the bias in the long term is short. I really thought when we did get that major push here that we were gonna go to 1.08600, but I guess that move is put on hold. NFP will, especially tomorrow, ADP might be the starting catalyst. Might be the starting catalyst for such a move, but definitely Friday's NFP report, if it's amazing, we could definitely see that move happen. Pound is also gaining, and pound is being so stubborn. It's being real stubborn. Right at this level, 120.270. We had a break, right? On a small time frame, we had a closure. And we actually created a new low for the pound, right? Let's go to the 2-hourly so you can see that. So on the 2-hourly, you can see we actually had our first official close below 120.270, right? And this is officially a new historic low for the pound. So obviously, when we do get a break of a key level, we want a retest and a rejection. So we got an indecision candle next. We got to push up all the way up, right to our previous support at 128.8. Okay, so we got a significant push up, and then we came back down, and then we got another significant push up. So you can see the price action has been pretty messy. And we zoom out, you can see this area, right? This support that we're coming off of has led to previous rallies before. And so when we close back within range, we are getting that same result. So if we zoom in, now is actually, we have a decent opportunity to enter long. But let me actually look at the 4-hour to see if we are in some range. So actually, no, I wouldn't. There is a possible chance too long from here to, here. But the only issue is that the long could go up to here and then go back down, and the risk reward from here to here isn't really worth it. We're about 50 pips away. If I was in my earlier parts of my trading career, I would definitely take this trade. And I mean, it's not a bad setup, 1.52, but this is what I'll see. I'll keep it up so tomorrow when we come back we can look at it. But pound in the near term would probably go here. If that, it's also due for a retracement. If you look at this overall rally, these past 2-3 days, it is due for a decent size retracement. So it could happen, but don't be surprised if 122.460 is hit. And if we do get that hit, like we did in the past, we could look for shorts. Again, with pound USD, I'm not really convinced for longs. Unless we get that actual break of 120.900, 122.900, and we get something like, not like this where we had to close. We want to, break, retest, maybe create some support here, and then go up to 123.730. And then if we do break that, then longs are good for pound. But we know the sentiment with pound and the whole ordeal with Brexit. So it's obviously not the best pair to buy against the dollar. There's obviously better suitors for that. One being Aussie. So Aussie rallied yesterday, so we'll talk about that. But on the daily, I mean, look at the pound. Jesus, this nice hammer off this historic low, and yeah, it could definitely rally to that target I just said. So let me just take a peek at the hourly. Maybe I'll do a live call like I did with the USDCHF. Yeah, the entry's not too enticing because this key level right here, 121.760, we had a push, We had a retest of it, and our rejection was pretty much indecision candle. So it's not really a rejection candle. We have an equal wick to the bottom as to the top. So I probably wouldn't. I mean, even though that being said, this move could still happen. But that's what I see. Let's look at fibs. So we go to swing low, right on here. So we're bouncing right off the 38.2. Actually, not a bad long setup. We have stops right below the 50 fib level. Yeah, it's not a bad long setup, to be honest. You know, it's not the best setup. It's 1.37 if I put it right to the key level. But I would not take it. I would not take it. So we're just going to leave this here just to see if it does pan out tomorrow with ADP and all that. But we'll keep that. USD yen. So it's also setting up for another short opportunity. So, you know, we had a couple shorts in and around this area. And this, I just have to do this every session so people that are new understand. This line right here, this trend line, is a monthly trend line, and we have retested it quite a few times. I mean, it's kind of crazy how the yen's been staying put. Now, if we go to the 4 hourly, we can see that on multiple occasions when we did get that rejection, we had the shorts. We could have the opportunity again, especially since we're rejecting that trend line, but also you know, rejecting some near-term support at 106.230. If we look, it was support here, and a resistance here. So it's a nice key zone. Obviously, we want more confluence than that. So if we want to short USD yen, and the dollar is quite weak right now, let's draw some trend lines. Okay, so cool. I'm just drawing out a trend line just to see how many confluences we can get for this short, and we can also draw out this one. So for shorts, I would be looking for maybe a break of this trend line. A nice break. We could go maybe to fill out one of these ranges. Just zooming out to see at this level, right? This is how I do my take profits at 106.238 where my mouse is. We have a trading range from here to the lows down here, right? At best at 105.600, right? So from here to here, or sometimes from here to here. We still, you know, other times we'll go all the way down here. So not to confuse anyone, but let me just show you with lines, and I'll actually remove these. So our official trading range for USD yen is from this point to this point, right? And sometimes we can get the full range move like we did here and here. Other times we might get 60 to 70%, and the other times we might get, you know, pretty much the full move. So that's what we're going to be looking at. We want to catch at least some of the move, if not all of it. That's what we're going to look for, a break of this trend line. That'll kind of signify that we are continuing this downtrend, and we're going lower. And our take profit levels could be areas of support on the way there. So the first one would probably be right around here. So 105.950. So right on 25 pips from where we are. And the final take profit will be 105.667. So this is a potential setup, and let me pull out the short position. So we'll have stops right above this recent resistance, and not a bad setup. 2.5, and you know, if we want, because it's NFP week and there might be some fake outs and whatnot, we can even extend our stop loss a bit above this trend line right here, this teal color trend line, just to be safe, give it some breathing room. Still a very great setup with 2.113. So that's what we're gonna look with. We're gonna train with you know, the trend, which is still down, and the sentiment, which is a weaker dollar. So we'll go off that. Today's Wednesday, so I will be you know, sending out setups, maybe some signals for miners. So be on the lookout for that. Gold, I mean, if you guys are trading gold, it's pretty easy. So Yesterday we were right around here when I said that if we do close within this resistance region, we're going to 1550, and basically we tapped 1550 pretty much to the pip. Since then, I did say we could have a short off this level when we do get to 1550, and we did. We always had a nice short back down to the support region, and since then we've gone up pretty much within 5050, and we have another possible short. Obviously, I'd wait to maybe push up higher to actually touch 1550 area, but this is ranges. This is, here we had 200 pip move. Here we had a 150 pip move. Here we had another, 120 pip move. So within 2 days, you could have had 300 plus pips on gold alone. Obviously, everyone has big enough accounts for that. But if you do, or if you're saving too, look into gold, because it really follows levels pretty nicely, and can get better than this. I've kind of stopped calling gold trades. You guys realized, I just give the setup, and whoever wants to take it can take it, just because many people have small accounts, and I know a lot of you or some of you don't impose risk management. Can't put a 1 lot gold buy on the $2,000 account. I'm sorry, you just can't do that. And I don't want to have people blow their accounts. It will be their fault, and because they're not using risk management, but I still feel bad that they did so. But I just had to throw it out there. But gold probably gonna go lower. We kind of created a support region. You know how I use these rectangles, these blue rectangles. You can very well do that with this region for gold, and actually I will do that just to show how amazing this tool is. So you bring it to a recent resistance, get all the wicks. Boom. So we got majority of our wicks, and we can see it is a nice short, gearing up for a nice short. Let me remove the long from earlier in the week. And for people that want a short, yeah, you could do so. The ideal entry was obviously probably here when we got this nice teardrop candle, hanging man. But you can still enter. I personally wouldn't, just because it's 1.61. If it was maybe if we were shorting from up here, obviously your stops would be much tighter, and you'd have 2.25. So and our stop would only be 50 pips. If you go down from here, your stop has to be 80 pips. Don't want to do that, especially during an FP week. But nice setup on gold. On the portal, we have released some new education content. So here's our past live sessions. If you want to look at some, I advise everyone that's new to the Signal program, or even a old member of ours, to go to education and then go to Introduction to Forex Signals. Please watch this whole course. It's going to teach you about what are Forex signals and how to properly use them, because there's a correct way to use Forex signals, and also some of the expectations you can expect from us as a company. And from technical analysis, we have the identifying key support and resistance zones and lines. So if you're always wondering how I draw these lines, you can watch that video. Just click it and it will pop up and you can watch it. So just a key, it's a little update. We will be releasing educational stuff as it comes out. So I'll usually give you guys update during the live session. Also, how to get customer support if you're wondering, how you can reach out to us, and how to get signals on Telegram. So yeah, we're making some progress in terms of that course. Getting some content out. So let's look at some miners. Yeah, so I'm so mad at myself. So last night I was going to also call a pound yen long continuation. You can see it right here. I was just in a headspace where, I don't really want to force the issue, but yeah, a nice simple continuation trade. 60-ish pips. Pull back. Hopefully you guys aren't mad at me for all the pips we missed out on. Pretty much apply the setup, but we didn't take it. Most likely than not, we're going to probably go back to this trend line. This trend line is the same one we drew for the USD yen. So you can see it's a nice trend line from the monthly time frame. So it has a lot of confluence. And if you look, this level right here, 127.380. Oops. 127.300 has been a very, very important support for pound yen. It's led to many reversals, including one as of recent as 2016, and then as far as back as 2010, early parts of 2010 and 2009. So a very, very key zone, and on the monthly we are printing a nice bullish hammer. So can't believe I'm saying this. We might have a swing long on pound yen. Pretty crazy that we're even talking about that. On the weekly, let's look at it. So on the weekly, it's a bit of an indecision. We had a bullish kind of fake out and a bunch of indecision candles, and then since then we had that short down here and the pullback, and now we're printing a hammer. So obviously for shorts, we want a closure back within this trend line. Alternatively, shorts, we're looking for rejections off it. So on the 4-hourly, we are coming pretty close to tapping it. Let me extend this out. So on the 4-hourly, we're coming pretty close to tapping this area right here. Actually, let's remove this. What we can do is actually draw a nice zone. We have a nice zone here. Okay. We have a nice resistance zone for pound yen. For shorts, we either look for a spike into the zone, like this one right here. This is a perfect short setup, a spike into the zone, into the trend line, and it was obviously a cheered up candle, and we had a move within 4 hours, right, to our trading range. So that's what we can see. Since this long opportunity was missed, we're gonna look for the next possible entry, and that's shorts from up here, if not longs from up here. So that's what we have for pound yen. Don't take while I'm talking about this is a note to self. Don't take the missed trades as anything wrong. I mean, the vision was there, so that's all that matters. Let's see what USDCHF is doing. BSB, it's just dropping like a fly. This would have been 60 pips. I hate myself. Okay, so whatever, it happens. Just be on the lookout for trade setups later in the day. I'm gonna grind it out today, get some more signals for you guys, and we'll end the week off right. But don't revenge trade. That's the key right there. But that's another live session. Tomorrow is Thursday. We do have ADP at 8:15 a.m. Eastern. So if you're trading by yourself or you enter trades, be cautious. Don't take any risks you don't need to. Other than that, make sure you follow me on Telegram, RP Forex. So Telegram, the channel is t.me /RP Forex, and that's where I do all my calls, and all my chart work goes there. So be on the lookout for that. There will definitely be trades for the remainder of the day, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Be safe, happy trading, and I'm logging off.